5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're late, but we're here.
That was awesome.
That was
Really?
it. Hit it. Hit
That
it.
was what you had him do?
Warning, this is an opinionated program. These are personal opinions, but we are open to anyone with an opposing view. Grab whatever you are drinking. Let's have a conversation.
What?
I gotta figure
You
out how
gotta
to...
figure out why it's starting. What do I hear?
It's his camera that's doing it.
Whose camera?
Will's.
My
it's the
camera.
phone. That's why I
Will's
was trying
camera.
to find that connector.
Can't you turn it down? It's so loud.
I don't know why that's so
I
loud.
can hear myself.
All right. Where's our intro?
That was the intro.
That was the intro.
I thought, where was the other intro?
What other intro?
How many?
It was
The one
before
The one
that.
I sent you to. The one
God, you're so needy. We were already late.
I know.
I know, right?
Oh, the Biden video?
Yeah.
Oh, he can play that right now. If he
Play
wants.
it. Hit it.
God, you're so needy. We were already late. Hear it? It's so
I love if I
loud.
go getting the feedback somewhere.
Let's talk about our country, the red, white, and the blue. Let's stand up for glory.
Our technical guy is not doing real good today.
2016, America entered a time of darkness. We elected an orange man who was literally Hitler, and the entire country suffered under his rule. But then, America was saved. Embraced by the loving arms of our new president, Joe Biden. Biden has brought back kindness and decorum.
Liar, man. Look, here's the deal.
No, I wish you were in high school. I could take him behind the gym.
Biden is a voice of clarity.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him
A voice of reason.
He is the smartest man I know. They're going to put you all back in chains.
And he's good with numbers.
Let me start off with two words. Made in America. 700 billion and $1.3 trillion.
Under his leadership, the Biden administration has brought us safety. It has brought us economic prosperity. It has empowered the next generation. And now, you have the chance to make sure it continues for another 2 years. This election day, vote for whoever the Biden administration is asking you to vote for. They know what's best. Together, we will ensure things will continue to go the way they've been going forever and ever.
I'm Joe Biden and I approve this, who? You know the thing. Pixel's rent.
Pusha Papa. You know, the thing.
There were some good entertaining moments.
We want to thank the Babylon Bee for that. They produced that.
I didn't know that he licked her finger. Like,
So
seriously licked her finger.
Why are you
She
surprised?
stuck her hand out like this, and it was like right in front of his face, and he just goes, "Oh."
So he was being kind of playful.
He was being playful, but you don't do that on stage in front of tens of people.
Why not?
Tens of people. Because 11 people
Well, it was
just
the,
saw you.
campaign trail, so there was only tens of people.
That's right. They were all hiding in their basements.
Tens of 83 million.
Oh, we're doing champagne.
Oh, we're doing champagne tonight?
I am doing champagne.
Where are the glasses?
Oh, right here.
Oh, you're not sharing?
No.
She's fancy.
Oh,
If you'd like one, I can go get you one.
no, I don't want any now. You don't want to share.
I'm going to share with you. You were late.
How many bottles did you have left over?
So,
And
Just
why?
to be-
12, that's why I'm
just
drinking
to
one
be
now.
fair,
Yes, just to be fair.
I walked in the house, came right up to the studio. He's up here, and I said, I have an assignment.
And he was already late because he didn't.
And we were
Do the Rumble thing, and he was already
had 20
stressed out
minutes
about
before
that.
airtime. And I said, can you do...
How many minutes?
20?
Well,
No.
actually 19.
You didn't have 20.
I
I think
You
it
guys
was
weren't here
closer
that
to
early.
15.
So I said, can you do the color bars and the static and the countdown? And he goes, okay, I'll have that ready for next week. I said, you got...
No, like now.
Yeah, you can't do that now?
You have 8
And he
minutes.
thought about it for a few seconds. He goes, I can do this.
Oh, and
We
then
were late.
and then he modified that with like 6 minutes left.
Of course he did.
You have
John's
a-
like,
It's my
you
life
have
with him.
a thing sitting on the edge right there.
Oh, yeah, don't scoot that.
John's like, oh, you've got 6 minutes. You can do it.
I thought that
You
was
can do
full.
it.
Sorry.
No, I
if
did
it was
not
empty,
fill
I
it.
wasn't too worried about it. I thought it was full.
It
So
should
we're a
be,
little
though. Oh, you have
disorganized.
whiskey, though.
Hey, we've never said that we were organized.
Hey, this
That's
is
What's
what-
true.
organized mean?
That's what you were supposed to be, Will.
Yeah, you're the organizer.
As a matter of fact,
I don't believe that was in the contract.
As a matter of fact, I put so much faith in Will that I no longer have a keyboard and mouse in front of me. Right?
Oh.
Mr. Control Freak.
No pressure.
Wow.
Mr. Control Freak.
How are you feeling right now? Do you need a shot or some whiskey or?
I feel naked.
No, that's for later. No, I'm joking.
All right. Pass.
Perfect.
That's what's going through his head right now.
Happy Friday, everybody. Oh, my God. That's a problem.
We're good.
All right. Pass some of that bourbon cream around.
Yes, this
I haven't even
organization
finished
is
my
great most of the time, Christine.
I didn't even hold on. John's already one ahead of me. Hold, please.
Really? You guys?
Oh, I started as soon as I got done working today.
True story.
Yeah. Two glasses in, and I had to take a nap already. Yeah, I know. Well,
Did you take a nap?
Yeah, because I had a sinus headache. And,
Yeah,
and
from whiskey.
I drank. No, it had nothing to do with that. All of a sudden, I had a sinus headache.
Exactly, Erica.
I missed you taking a nap. Really,
Yes,
I was
you
working
did.
that hard.
You worked through
I was
that?
working that hard.
Well,
I worked a lot today.
I know. So did I.
I worked so much yesterday when it was so windy. I look over and our skeletons are about to fly over the patio, and I was like, "Oh, mute, Keith, I need your help." Everything's about ready to fly away. We
And
got
I was
hit
on
by
I was on an
crazy
all
dust
company
storm.
global call during it.
Yeah.
So I'm
and
like,
I
yep,
was on
I'm
a
on
meeting.
mute.
I was like, mute. You at least brought yours with you. Mine was upstairs still.
Right.
Like, they won't miss me.
Well, I didn't
I'm
wanna
one of
get-
500.
I didn't want to get called on because that would be bad.
that would be bad.
Well, you actually had something to do with that. This was just the general,
They would be doing Boris.
waste of money.
Boris.
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 There's only a select few in the company.
Hi,
that
everybody.
know. What the hell are
Our
we doing? I'm way off tonight.
Our
What are you-
comments
are
are
you
a little
naked?
quiet.
We're letting Will drive the
Will?
bus.
Will is
All right,
Will's driving the
memes.
bus.
I do want to say
I
that
didn't get you any of my memes.
that I am drinking.
Oh, yes. So we got 2. Well, 3 now, but we haven't tried them all.
Black Rifle Coffee.
Oh,
Oh, did
okay.
you?
You
Yes.
showed me that you were getting that.
I've been wanting
Yes.
to try that.
It's
There's some
super-
downstairs.
Yeah, there's some downstairs. There's a little bit left still.
very good.
Because it's not here. So we got the original one with the puppy dog on it first.
Pause
but
the
it-
show, Will.
It's a light roast. Hold on. Just don't move. Nobody will know.
Right? Everybody stay
So,
still.
so we got the light roast originally, which you had this morning.
Yeah. It was good.
You said it was okay.
This is better. This is a little
You said
bolder.
this is better because it's the medium roast.
Yeah,
and
it's
as
a
soon as I looked at the bag, I said, "Oh, well, this is light roast." Like, no wonder you're not gonna like it. I'll drink that one. So I got him the dark roast today, which is the 1776 one. That's why I thought of you.
Oh, okay.
Actually, we'll get to, at the end of the memes, there's a picture of it up there. So we'll put it up. And then I have a little bit of
then-
information on the company also. So
Okay, cool.
pretty cool.
All right.
I'm
So,
being attacked by my fan.
moving right on.
But there's a vanilla one.
They are pretty awesome,
Right.
aren't they?
They're not pretty awesome. They're not.
I mean, that is what
They
it
are
feels like,
not.
though.
It does, doesn't it?
Actually, sometimes they feel like a damn quarter.
I mean,
My fan
Wendy and
is
I were
bugging me.
walking
Is
through.
that the
and looking-
buzzing?
That's the fan.
So we're walking through the store yesterday, day before yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and when we're looking at ham prices, which are the same of what steak used to be.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, that's
it's
legitimate.
disgusting.
What we
Yeah.
were looking at, it's like this is wild.
Can I just tell you that I was excited today when I bought Mom that pack of cheese and it was under $5? And I was like, oh, because it's like a third of a
I
pound.
was gonna say, you got 3 slices.
Seriously.
Go ahead and read that. Read that.
Right?
I'm not hungry or homeless. Please vote Republican so I can stay that way.
Like that. Like that.
So damn true.
I did see a sticker today.
Read that one, LCD.
I do not want any engraving. Just leave the metal plate blank. No engraving.
And it was probably written down that way.
I love those fails.
Right?
No engraving. Yeah.
So, someone was being a smart ass.
So I was behind somebody today when I was driving to Walmart, and they had a sticker, and it said, "I'm Christian. I'm Christian. I'm something. I'm conservative. How else can I offend you today?" Oh, I'm straight. I'm Christian. I'm conservative. How else can I offend you today? And I was
exactly.
like, oh, that's perfect. I like that.
perfect.
I need to get that.
But that one back out, that was good. What we need is common sense hammer control legislation.
Right?
Nobody needs
You know, and
those
they've
damn
also-
assault
and-
hammers.
And the FBI has often said for years that blunt instruments kill more people than assault rifles
All day
year
long.
after year
Absolutely.
and have
All day
for
long.
decades.
Yep.
And so it's just kind of funny, I feel bad for Paul Pelosi and anybody else, but it is kind of funny that this has kind of become a topic now.
Right.
Absolutely. So they teach policemen, if you have a knife, you're going to get shot a lot faster than if you have a gun. Because a knife at close range can do a lot more damage than that gun can. You have one shot. A knife can slice a guy up.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
So a bullet in the brain will kill you instantly, though.
It will too, but if you're that close, if you're within arm's reach distance, they're going to shoot you with a knife first, and they shoot you with a gun.
Shoot you with a knife?
Shoot you with a knife?
Stab you with a knife.
No, the cop is going to shoot you with the knife.
Oh, this
Really?
is all right. We are
Okay, moving on.
We're already 13 minutes in, and he's getting the look. We learned something important.
Hey,
we
are
learned
you
today
naked?
is
I feel it.
one thing we
Change a
learned.
picture, Keith. Change a picture.
See, look at it. There's Grandpa with the hammer.
Computer repairs.
That's an assault hammer right there.
That is.
The big one is.
You tell that computer that.
I thought this was awesome.
This is clearly somebody that has too many hammers.
So I saw somebody like this at the. You have to ask your dad about this.
Did they have the Michael
That
Myers
is
mask on as they were
awesome.
driving?
They didn't. He was in the urgent care, so he had a diaper mask on. But he had blood handprints and smear prints and like a arm or something hanging out from under the hood. I was like, that's brilliant.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's freaking
I need to
awesome.
do that. Sad.
I said I will apologize. I sent a crap ton to Keith yesterday, and then a crap ton the day before.
So it's
also.
your fault.
Well, not
It
really.
is all my
6 and
fault.
6. It wasn't a crap ton.
No matter what happens in your life, you will never be this happy.
Yeah, right.
That's
That is
great.
That's my spirit animal right there.
Right? Exactly.
Look at him. He's like, this is the shit.
Yep.
Funny. This is good, too.
Oh my God.
We've been trying to reach you about your car's
I
extended.
don't get those anymore.
You don't? They've gone away all of a sudden.
No.
They
I bought a new car, so.
Whose phone's going off?
Not mine.
Mine's downstairs, so not me.
It might have been mine. I'm
So
sorry.
What do you hear?
So jalapenos chicken poopers, 8 for $2.99.
Hey, jalapenos chicken poopers are very expensive.
I mean,
There's so many things to laugh at in that one.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you could holla at that penis.
Stay in school.
Spelling
kids.
matters, people. Spelling matters.
to all the teachers out there, stop pushing stupid kids through.
Please. And stop teaching critical race theory.
All right, Keith, read this one.
I like that one. Sorry, Mom. Called you by accident. That's okay. Had you by accident.
Wah, wah,
awesome.
wah.
I saw
that's
this
funny.
one.
Where's
Oh, that's
Nancy?
With a pink hammer. Now, wasn't the guy at a naked at a
That's what they say. He was at some kind of nudist.
What is it
thing,
when
or
you're
he was a
nudist?
Yeah.
at a nudist wedding?
I don't know.
So he's a nudist activist.
Whatever, bro. Let
What-
it hang.
So explain what that really means.
He likes to let it
Don't
hang.
honestly know.
He supports people who like to let it hang.
Yeah, you know. So okay, yeah.
He just
you
wants
do
the whole
you.
world to flop free.
Yeah, you
To
do
what?
you, man.
The flop free.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm good.
There's some things we don't need to see.
okay,
That's horrible.
That's great.
that's
That's
pretty
terrible.
funny.
As she's thinking, yeah, me too.
That's so bad.
But her hammer is different.
If you believe that you have the right to insulate me for COVID, then I have
Inoculate.
the right to inoculate you for your lead deficiency.
Right.
I like that one.
I did that.
You did that.
You did do that, Joe.
Oh
you
my
did
God.
do that.
And that'll be just where he's
He
sitting
had
there.
so many gaffes this week. We're gonna have to start keeping a gaff.
It's a nice hat.
I mean, that's only fair. They're changing the race of every other person
Right.
in movies and TV shows.
But she looks horrible in green.
Yes.
She really does.
That's fun.
I love
Yeah.
When you drink a fifth of moonshine and start swimming with dolphins,
Dolphins.
right?
Make sure-
Jeez.
On a side note, when you guys get your property, can we make sure there's not a lake? Because I don't want that to happen to me.
We won't be where alligators are.
Okay, we're good. Then we're good.
I put this one
Crocodiles
up. I thought
neither.
this was funny.
Crocodiles neither.
Read it.
Neither of
Keith.
those.
Old school costumes had it looking like a classroom full of serial killers ready to go on a purge.
Seriously. Didn't we?
I'll tell you what. Most of them
Creepiness.
old school costumes were pretty crap, but I still loved them.
And they
Right.
were
Right?
creepy as hell,
Yeah, they
man.
are
Some of
creepy.
those masks. Ooh, that Raggedy Ann one right there.
Super creepy.
That's what
the
nightmares are made
Superman
out of.
face does it for me.
I
right
like
there.
it. Yeah, the Superman face is the one that got me.
Oh, he's good too with the curl.
But Evil Knievel in the back looks a little shifty.
I don't know. The Smurfs,
And what is this Darth
Smurfs
Vader?
are kind of creepy too.
I was
though.
going to say that Smurf sitting up front there.
The Darth Vader on the right, he seems cool. What's the guy behind Evil Knievel? You got Kiss in the corner.
Is that He-Man? That's not
There's
He-Man,
actually
is
two
it?
Is
Evil
that
Knievels.
Kiss?
I didn't notice that before.
Or is
Yeah,
that
there is.
Dracula?
In the corner, yeah.
I think it's Dracula.
Oh, could be Dracula.
Oh,
Other
Dracula,
corner.
This corner, sorry.
Gotcha. Okay.
I did just realize there was two Evil Knievels. What kind of well, and then you have that. You only had 10 people to pick from. You knew
Well,
you
you only had
there was
some-
going to be 80 you in the
You
classroom.
only had so many costumes to pick from.
They are. That is creepy as shit, though.
It is, right? How true?
Yup.
How
Yeah,
true
no
is that?
kidding, right?
Up until 1999?
Yeah, probably.
say.
Probably there were still kids doing that.
The plastic.
Seriously.
Yes.
It's life.
I thought that was funny.
Yes.
Oh, God, that's terrifying.
Can we send them back to the basement and be done with
He's
them?
been in the basement. What are you talking about? He ain't been out of the basement.
That's where the green screen is.
Well, we're going to see how that works for Pennsylvania Fetterman, and we're going to see how that works for Hobbs.
What's a
in Arizona.
Pennsylvania Fetterman?
So he's running for Senate in Pennsylvania.
He's going against Dr. Oz.
What?
Dr. Oz?
Yeah.
Like the TV show?
Yeah, the doctor.
What the hell's he doing?
You haven't been keeping up.
I don't watch TV.
She
I'm
doesn't
so
keep
sorry.
up. She doesn't. It's not like she ever keeps up.
Well, I
The
know
only
you're.
reason we do this show is just to get Lindsay up to speed on
Get her
current
educated.
events.
I mean, that is fair. That is
And
true.
then we throw out Buttigieg jokes, so you know. There's that. So what is Dr.
So Dr. Oz is running for Senate against a guy who is. You have to look this up because there are some YouTube videos out there. So you have to look there. There's a guy
I
who
just
is.
went through my nose.
He's trying
Yeah,
to.
that's what it feels like.
He's trying to make you laugh. So he is the
So
lieutenant.
Dr. Oz is running for like a thing. So he's
Senator.
not a TV
Senator.
show anymore?
No, Senator of Pennsylvania. Against a guy who had a stroke. You can't make this up.
If you Kendra's in Pennsylvania.
We're talking
She
about that
needs to
today.
move.
Imagine him and Biden together, the stroke guy and the.
Like
and Biden.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Lion dog face Tony shoulder.
Yeah.
and then you got Hayden Hobbs over here that won't freaking face off against anyone.
Right.
Well, I wouldn't either.
She's a
You know,
coward.
you have a guy who has a stroke and a guy who's a TV show. What do you do?
Oh, he's talking about
Hobbs.
governor.
You
Going,
skip.
going
You skip
against
one, Will.
Carrie Lake.
Governor.
Oh, I
There
hate
you go.
both of them. We have
All right.
nothing.
Back on track.
I just saved over $25,000 on a new car battery because my car runs on gas.
Right?
Right? For
Yeah,
real.
I just had to buy a new car battery.
Yes, you
Do you know?
Oh boy.
Oh, God.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry,
Buckle
I
up.
had to yank up my britches. So,
All right. Should I
Keith's
just shut
truck
it down
battery.
now?
Keith's truck battery was like $180. It was just under $200. Totally
What
fine.
kind of
cool.
battery are you putting in that?
Big, huge truck, right? My car
It's a
battery.
good battery.
My car battery, $223
What kind of
for
gold-plated
a
battery?
battery
you putting in?
this big.
What the hell did you buy?
The battery I always get. I mean, not for the car because I've never bought one for the car, but for every other truck and vehicle I have, it's the same battery. It's like the Duralast, whatever.
Well, it's a condensed one. So
No
it
shit.
costs more.
That's true, right?
Fucking hell. The car's this big. Like,
They-
what the?
They had to condense it. That costs money.
If the car's this big, couldn't you just put some fucking AAA?
That was a meme like a month ago.
That
Can you go
was.
back
That
to
was.
that was
I-
on its side.
That.
All right.
I thought this was funny.
Yeah.
Think
Oh,
about
good
it.
Lord.
You don't have to think about it too
You
hard.
had to clarify. I'm sorry. He should have said his jalapenos. He would like a big jalapenos.
My Christmas tree is still in the shed because it's November. Amen.
Right?
Right?
That would be-
And my Halloween stuff that will be outside till the end of November, and Keith makes me take it down.
Well, you can't have it up
I
there
believe that.
Thanksgiving.
Take it down the week before Thanksgiving. There's our stuff.
and there's
There
the
we
Black
go.
Rifle
There's-
coffee.
Oh, okay.
There's the one we got you with the 1776.
Okay, so that's the one you're drinking now.
That's the one he's drinking now that he
It
likes a
says
lot
medium.
better than the puppy
So-
dog one because
So
the puppy
loyalty
dog
roast
one,
was light.
it's
It was
a
very-
light.
it was
And
very
it
light.
says
It was
light
super
on the
light.
top if he would have
Does
read
it?
it.
I know I did read it, but I liked the puppy dog.
You saw
one.
the
So
I know,
black.
I like puppy
You
dog
saw the
too.
black lab and
Right.
said, "I'm getting that."
No. And then I got the vanilla one because I want to try it.
You haven't tried it yet?
No, I can't drink coffee at night. I am not Keith.
Oh, did this just come in or something?
And we just bought it today.
Yeah.
That was my, I can't deal with work anymore. I have to go to Walmart.
All right, hold on.
Oh, so
So
they
you-
have it at Walmart.
Erica,
Yeah, they
that
started
wasn't
carrying-
Dr. Oz, that was Dr. Phil.
What?
Yeah, wrong doctor, wrong TV doctor. So you had a story about Black Rifle?
Yeah, so Black Rifle Coffee Company was founded in 2014 by former U.S. Army Green Beret Evan Hafer, I think is how you spell his last name. Black Rifle Coffee Company was built upon the mission to serve coffee to and culture to people who love America. So I know they employ veterans, they employ first
nice.
responders.
Good.
They aim to hire 10,000 veterans to provide opportunities to the military community that help build us. So it's a pretty good company. He did a really good show with Joe Rogan a while back. If you get a chance, the owner, the founder of it, was on there.
Yeah, because it was two, the guys that started it was two, like, they were in the military together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
They were
served
two
together.
brothers,
Yep.
only not brothers.
Brothers, not
Brothers.
brothers.
And they just opened their first brick and mortar here in Phoenix.
Did they?
Yep,
Oh,
We gotta
wow.
go.
it's in downtown Phoenix.
I wonder if we can take puppy dogs.
Well, you might be able to.
They have puppy dog on their bag.
Yeah.
Come on now.
You would have to take separate vehicles.
Now you got to explain that to the audience.
Yeah.
We have big puppy dogs.
Well, they know.
That's not,
As you
that's
have
No,
not the
that's
reason.
not why you have to take separate vehicles.
Because you could fit all four of you in the truck.
We could.
But my pitty's old.
But she has to
And-
sit
And
in-
she has to sit in the front seat.
Yes, it's in the front. That's where we're going.
It's fine. Keith can sit in the back seat with his dog.
So if you like coffee and you want to support a good cause, buy Black Rifle.
American made, veteran owned.
Yep.
I will. I'll just pick it up from you at Walmart, Dad.
Yeah, Walmart just started
You can
selling
order
it.
it
They
from
never,
Walmart.
They never sold
Walmart
it before.
sells it?
Yeah, they just,
we just
they
got
just
it from
started
Walmart.
carrying it. So
Okay.
Wow.
Will's not paying attention. He's back there producing.
he,
What I miss.
It was mentioned. Go back, rewind. It was mentioned earlier that you can buy it at Walmart.
Oh, yeah, I did miss that.
He's
Erica.
busy. He's busy.
Wow.
He's reading comments and he's producing. He's keeping
Go
all the
back.
buttons
So
straight.
I do have when you were reading. Go back to Christine's. Really?
Yeah?
To Christine's comment. Yes. So I have a question about that, Christine. I think it's great. I'm not against it. I'm not at all against it. You want to have an electric whatever? Go for it, bro. What's gonna happen when it snows?
They still work in the snow.
And you get stuck
They still work in the
until the
snow.
battery dies.
till you doesn't.
Well, you run out of gas.
You're less likely to run out of gas than a battery, probably.
So I can sit there and let my.
So here's the question. So they're doing all the experiments with the trucks towing. You take an empty bus versus a full bus.
And put it in the snow
Does
versus
it,
not
does it
in
wear
snow.
down the batteries quicker than?
Of course it's going to. It's a weight
I'm
thing.
sure.
And I mean, extreme temperatures do have an effect on batteries.
Right.
I
Absolutely.
mean, and I'm not discounting
Hence
that. I think-
Arizona
I
only
think-
lasts 2 years.
I mean, I think electric buses are not that big of a deal compared to other applications just because of the fact that, I mean, they're not going terrible distances.
Right.
And, they run for a couple hours and then they could literally
Exactly.
they could be plugged back in and such. So
Well, and for a school bus, that might not be bad, especially if they have a short route or they keep them just around.
I mean, even like where Wendy and I grew up in the Midwest, if the bus was out for, if it took an hour to get to the farthest person,
Then you have an
and
hour back.
and drive back, or 45 minutes to get to the farthest person, and an hour plus to get back. That still should be within the lifespan of a bus to be able to run on batteries.
Exactly. Well, and then if they have a half and half fleet for those far ones out, they just wouldn't use the batteries.
Yeah, true.
Right.
They would keep them on the closer ones.
And the thing is, the bigger vehicles produce a lot more exhaust than the smaller vehicles
Yeah,
do.
absolutely,
Obviously.
'cause
Oh,
they're
they got a
diesel
lot-
and
they
blah,
have,
blah,
they have
blah.
a lot more room for batteries.
Right,
too.
right, true.
Well, exactly. In a bus, you have the whole bottom of the
Right.
bus. I mean,
I put a whole lot more trust in an electric bus than an electric fire truck.
yeah.
bus ain't got to get my kid to school on time. I'm just saying, I would rather have my fire truck there on time.
Well, Christine
Yes.
said they only have one, so they're trying it out to see how it works. So
You we paid for that. Good job.
I'm not totally against it, but
I'm not against it.
to take people's options away to buy gas or battery, I think is wrong.
No, if
I
you
would agree.
choose
I
to,
would
go
agree
for
with
it.
If you want an electric car, fine. You want an
Well,
electric bus, fine. That's your
And
choice.
just like Chuck and Amanda from the wedding, they have both because with how far he works from where they live, there's a charging station at the hotel. It works great for them, absolutely. With her going to Sedona all the time, it works great for them, absolutely. But they still have the truck for when they want to go do,
But like
human
what,
things.
what California's wanting to do and banning electric cars by whatever freaking year
Yeah,
they're
to left
doing that.
California
gas,
one.
gas
That's
cars.
Yeah, banning gas cars. What'd I say?
Banning electric
I'm a
cars.
little
I
off
vote with
today.
that.
Sorry.
Erica, what did you do to him?
It's what happens when I spend most of the day as an ice cube.
And then we're not even going to
I'm not
ask.
even going to ask about that.
It is cold here in Arizona, by the way, right now.
It's freezing. It's
Yeah.
warmer in Pennsylvania than it is in California.
No, it was chilly today.
I have no disagreement with this.
And
No, what they need
cameras
to
for
do-
buses are relatively cheap, actually.
And
What they
were
need
doing
to
that
do-
in Phoenix here for a
Yeah,
while.
a lot of school
Sure they
districts do
did.
that.
What they need to do is let all your school teachers get their CCW and,
Sit down or I'm going to draw on you. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying that and not pushing it on any teachers because I've spoken with teachers about how they feel about that and that's fine. I've heard of some teachers that really, really want it. I've heard of some teachers that are totally against it and would never carry a gun because they would never personally carry
Which
a
is
gun
fine.
anyways,
Well, let me
which is
tell-
fine. But if you are a student or you know somebody about that school or you do anything about that school and you do your research and you find out that your teachers could be armed,
Yeah.
are you going to go there?
Well, they're talking about buses here. And
I know, but
and
I was
could,
just,
and I
you
can
know.
tell you, my mom was a bus driver for years, and I can tell
I
you
wouldn't
what,
have done
right
shit
now,
on her bus.
nobody ever fucked with her.
Because she had something in her lunchbox.
I don't know, but
Yeah,
nobody
ass
ever
whooping.
messed with her. It just didn't happen.
She took no shit.
She took
Well, and
no
there are
shit.
those school districts that have been posting signs that say, our teachers are armed and
Absolutely. And you're not going to go to that school. You'd move on to the next one.
go somewhere else.
Just like you read the camera outside that says we have big dogs and we shoot people. And
Did you really drink that whole bottle already?
no, it's only there.
like 3 sips
It's
left.
still got four.
Half of it fits in the cup, fucker. Shut up.
Thanks, Will.
A little late.
Yes.
See, John,
What? I told you this would be fun.
you wanted her all riled up
I
tonight.
told her. I said, I told Keith. I said, go.
Lindsay just pulled a Biden.
Yes, she did.
Hold on, let me lick your.
Lion dog face Tony show.
I told Keith. I said we need Lindsay all riled up today. So why don't you go fill her glass
I
up
didn't
with
even
something and
pregame
just-
either.
And just put it in front of her and just see what happens.
I didn't even pregame. He was up here working.
Well, that's good though.
John and Wendy got us something cute.
What did we do?
There, I should bring.
I didn't get to
shouldn't-
see it because I was
Shouldn't you were working and
doing
making
shit
us
for the
late.
show.
No, they're little coasters.
You're welcome.
They're
Thank you.
adorable.
Thank you. Thank you.
I should have brought them.
I'm talking about the.
you're
the
welcome.
I'm talking about the assignment,
Oh, okay.
No,
Thank you.
not the coaster.
thank you. What is that, Grandpa laughing? What the fuck is that?
That's Biden laughing.
So the
Yeah,
first
it's Grandpa
part,
laughing.
the first part on that,
Oh, shit.
none of the recordings are clear.
No, it was
So-
recorded from a distance.
Yeah, yeah. Play that again. Well, we'll be quiet. See if we can hear it. Yeah.
So in the beginning,
Literally sitting here
goes-
trying to listen to the microphone.
He says,
he goes,
Seriously, I just realized that.
"You're on the second.
Watch,
You're
I'm
on the
like
second.
this.
You're on the second glass, right?"
And
"Oh shit."
It's a good thing she wasn't pre-gaming.
Yeah, go easy
God
on
only
the
knows
ginger.
what would be
I like that,
happening.
Dan. Go easy on the ginger ale. So Keith and I were talking earlier this week.
Should I just pop that one up every time she takes a drink?
Yes. Yes. So Keith and I were talking earlier this week, and we are trying to come up with different segments to put into the show. And one of them that I advocated for strongly, and Keith is like, not going to happen, was I said, we need a man on the street segment. So
A man or a Dan on the street.
so then it evolved into a Dan on the street. A Dan on the street. I thought that would be a
and what
awesome
do you expect
segment.
him to do?
Just interview people and then, maybe give.
He's not just going to go talk to people.
And that in turn is where I said, not going to happen.
I thought that would be awesome because I could just see, Dan walking up to somebody and going, all right, so I need your opinion on such and such. Why would you have that opinion? Well, that's stupid.
Let me just explain to you how dumb you are right now with your opinion.
It would be like live Twitter.
Right?
I mean, there's a
are
great
you choking
comedic
over there?
value to this idea.
What did you do?
Did you
You
go
made me
through the
laugh
nose?
in the water.
Did you-
Air came out my nose and it almost spilled
Let
out
me
on
guess.
me.
You did this again, didn't you?
No, I did not. But that would work to get the bubbles out. No, I was drinking as you went, that is stupid. And all I could see was Dad actually doing that. And it was hilarious.
Oh, man.
Lindsay, look at the screen.
Oh, that's awesome. She's got her pinky up. Do we have news of the week?
We do actually have news.
Are we done with memes?
Yeah, we're no memes.
All right.
We got off on the whole black rifle and then
I'm
went
so sorry.
to you drinking a whole bottle of champagne in
I have not drank.
35 seconds. But hey.
Yeah,
you
we've
know,
been
hey,
off-roading. That's okay.
That's all right.
Ready, John?
Been
Ready.
35 minutes, at
always
least
ready.
I'm
You
not
gotta
late.
Just throw it up. All right.
Wasn't my fault.
So, season 2, episode 9, episode number 55. How was everybody's Halloween?
It was good. It was fun. We had,
My little boy had a blast, so it was great.
Oh, that's right. You guys were still. You redid the cop and
Yes.
and
So
prisoners.
his
That was
little
really cute.
his little cop car,
Oh, it's
the
so
battery
cute.
is fried on it. I couldn't get it to charge, so instead Erica made a rope that we pretended our hands were bound in, and
And he
led
pulled
us
him
around.
behind. She
Oh,
sent me
that's
pictures. It was so
awesome.
cute.
It was awesome.
was
That's
so cute.
perfect.
She was like, oh, I guess we're in trouble. I was like, oh, okay.
So we have slightly modified the format again. So
Of what?
Well, I thought we were spending too much time drilling into each individual story, and we're missing so many content and things like that during the course of a week. So I thought that I would just take everything that happens during a week, all the newsworthy stuff, and I would just throw it all in. We're not diving deep into anything. We're just going to hit headlines. And if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. You pick any subject you want to talk about. If you want to skip over something, we'll just skip over it.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
I like it.
So our what was our theme for the week?
Dems.
Oh,
I was literally thinking that.
The Dems are getting desperate.
Dems in desperation.
Dems and desperation.
Yes.
So I had a couple political cartoons here that I thought I'd throw in.
You're going kind of fast. I can't read it that quick.
Republicans want to take away your Social Security to cover up for everything else that
Yeah.
they're doing. Republicans just want to destroy all the progress we've made with all the progress that is in the background.
That's nice.
Going back to the Social Security one, though. Did I miss something on that? Because why are Republicans trying to take Social Security
Oh,
away?
just like we're
Nothing.
trying to
Obama
take
was
away.
up there saying to a bunch of retirees that Republicans want to take away your Social Security. And everybody else was going, huh?
What?
When did this come up? Where is
Right.
this? Nobody's saying anything. He came up with this out of thin air, and nobody knows where. There's no talking point one way or the other about it.
But if somebody heard this, that's what they're going to go
That's
for.
what they're going to go with.
Yeah, because the
it's
people that listen to Obama are easily manipulated.
Well, that's true.
And it's not just that particular thing. I mean, I've been seeing like the all the little cards and stuff that come in for the elections.
Oh my God.
And it just seems like propaganda galore.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at it and it's like nobody's ever said this.
None of this is right. Literally had a stack. I just threw it away yesterday. Had a stack, and I saved it for you, John, because I was like, oh my God, John's going to love this. It was like 30 flyers because we only get our mail like once a week. It's fine. So all these flyers, and one of them was like a real like letter thing. And I was like, oh, I figured it was actual mail instead of just propaganda. And I opened it up, and it was propaganda. And it was like, what's his name's?
Mark Kelly?
Yeah, huh? The bald dude.
The bald dude.
Bald dude.
Mark Kelly said this, and Blake Master said this. Mark Kelly said this, and Blake Master said this. And I said, oh, it's amazing how when Mark Kelly said all of these things on one same date to make sure he hit all those topics. Mm-hmm. And Blake Masters they're just randomly pulling stuff out of nowhere.
Yep.
But it didn't say supported by or brought to you by the Democratic whatever.
Or approved by the Democrats.
No, because now they are these
There's a
super
lot of
PACs.
splinter
It's these
groups
super
in
It
there.
was like the Arizona voter for something or other.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and so they're very deceptive in their naming, so that way you can't tell one way or the other.
Right,
I was
yep.
like, oh yeah, mm-hmm.
It's so funny how you
It's
you
sad.
would think elections you run on the basis of what you're going to do for the country or for your state or whatever it is. That's the basis you're going to run on. Now everybody's all you run on now is throwing the other person, just
How much
throwing
bullshit
trash
can
at
I
the other
throw?
person.
Attacking
That's
them.
all. That's all it is.
You're hitting
And-
Wendy's hot button right
But
there.
it's
It
true.
is.
It's true.
Mine
It's
too.
like, and the thing is,
like,
we
what garbage
fall
can I
for it
bring
every
up
time.
against
It's like
you?
I really don't give a shit what you think about so and so. I want to know what you're going to do
For me.
for our state,
Absolutely.
for
But
our
even-
country.
Yeah.
Even that is a lie. So we're sitting on the drive here,
Oh,
and we're listening to a Mark Kelly commercial, and he talks about how he has voted to strengthen the border and put more money on the border. And it's like, dude, if there's
That's
anybody
funny.
in Arizona that believes that you are doing anything for the border, I emailed him last week.
did you?
Did you get an email back?
No. And so I emailed him, took screenshots
You email
of it
him every day.
and said, please explain to me where your stance is on the federal government, the Biden administration suing the state of Arizona for the shipping containers that
That we're now putting up on
that
our
we're-
own
that
money.
we're putting up and using it to fill in the
And he's
gaps
not
in the
having
wall.
anything to do with that, right?
He
It's all
has-
what's his name?
Yeah, it's all Ducey that's doing that.
But hold
Never.
on, doesn't the state have the right to defend their own
We do.
territory?
And that's what
And
Ducey
that's
says.
what
Yeah.
Ducey's standing on.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so Ducey's saying that, but the federal government is saying, whoa, the border is technically federal land. You are
For
trespassing.
how long, though? How far of that border is federal land?
And that
How
we
many
don't
miles?
know. There's
put
no,
up
there's no,
Christine's.
again, there's no precedent. There's nothing that says it actually is federal land.
It would be
I'm sure
nice
they would
if
like
there
it.
were more parties.
Yeah, but the problem is you never get the numbers though, would you? I mean,
No.
that's the. I mean, they've
That's
always
why
had
we
an
had the
independent.
independent,
They
we
had
had-
an independent runner,
and I understand where Christine's coming from, and I understand that some of the people say that, but on the other hand, you
It's
look
never
at it,
gonna happen.
It's never going to happen, and it's not because of American politics. If you go back and you look at British politics, you look at French politics, there never does a third party
Ever
work
make
out
it.
well.
well, not only that, our country is founded on a two-party system, right? I mean, so
Technically, yes, but that's. I mean, you could you get to a third party because
You
there are some countries that have third parties, but it doesn't work out well because there's a dominant and then there's two minor because you end up splitting one or the other.
Actually, weren't we originally founded on no party and everybody ran on their morals? And then
Well,
the
there was
two-party
the-
system
no,
came
but
into
Well,
Because,
that's
later?
that word people don't know anymore. Stop it.
No, because actually,
Am I remembering wrong?
it was the Whigs and it was the something else, and I can't remember what the other one
Shirts
was.
and skins.
Yeah, you would think so. But
Sorry.
I mean, no. A lot of the founding fathers. I read a very interesting book once that had nothing to do with politics. It was about the founding of the U.S. Navy, but it highlighted several sections where several of the founding fathers did not agree with one another, and there was two camps because some were very far on this position and some were very far on that position. I don't want to say left or right because it was kind
Yeah.
of different in that.
Yeah.
But it was very interesting that some, I don't know, maybe me being naive thought that they all kind of got along, and they didn't.
No, because you're
But
always going
that's
to
why
have
it took
that.
so long to ratify the Constitution, though, right? Because it was written
Well, I
before.
mean that in there's all sorts of things that go on into it because of the fact again it talked about in this book that Washington had to go, and so George Washington had to go as a war hero and advocate for this and say I back this and we should vote for this, and because every state had to ratify it.
Yeah.
And this was all manual process, and so back then it took a long time
Right.
just because horseback and
You got to get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it takes a while.
But it was like 2 years, I think, after it was written. It finally
Something
became
like that,
ratified.
yeah. It took a long
That was
time.
a long time. I remember reading about that.
yes,
That's
absolutely.
a long.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
afraid of Carrie Lake. I mean,
They're
someone's
afraid of all
I'm
of
afraid of that hooker too.
So anybody that Trump backed, they're afraid of,
Right.
Because they don't know what they're gonna do when they get in.
Well, they're already counting their dead. Some of the reports I saw. I mean, Biden, talk about ridiculous. He said in a speech either yesterday or today that when the Republicans take over the House, what are you laughing at?
Just an idiot.
They want to impeach me. That's what he said. They want to impeach me. I have no idea what they would impeach me on, but they want to impeach. He said this in his, and so
he literally
There's
said
so
that.
many things.
the backstory is that the handlers are in the background going, "Whoa, no, don't say that."
Cut.
Get him off stage.
Abort! Abort!
Right?
Stay left, stay left.
Remember there was that one time, like 6
Or
months
right,
ago,
whatever
where they actually turned off his mic. Remember that? So I think they're reconsidering, going, man, we need to put that mic cut out again.
Yeah, where's that button? Who took that button?
Let's just knock him out. Knock him out.
Oh, you're gonna hear beep, 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 beep. Oh, look, it's the what is it? The SOS or the
Yes.
Yeah.
beep, beep,
code.
beeps? Morse
code.
code. Morse code's just gonna come over and nobody's gonna know.
He's
why.
going to get the color bars to stand by.
All right, so I thought this was interesting. This is kind of, going along with the fact that we have the midterms coming up on Tuesday. And so this is, correct me if I'm wrong, right? This is the left's position on everything, right? This is their general position.
Kill the world.
The
Sorry.
economy is strong as hell. What inflation? The border is secure. There isn't a drug problem. Crime is not on the rise. Everything is safe. Get an electric car right now to save money. Ultra MAGA is the root of all your problems. We need to send more money to Ukraine. Boost up and stop COVID to save grandma and the kids, and trust your government, big tech, and mainstream media. Am I right?
No, those are great points.
Is
Well-
that what they're
Yeah,
for?
absolutely. 100%.
And yet they call us extreme.
Trust all but Twitter now that Elon took over.
Right. But who? That's
I
the
didn't have
thing.
Twitter to begin with, and
I
I'm
want to
really
know.
not in the
I
mood
want
to
to
go
know
get
who
one.
supports all those statements. I want to know who agrees with all those statements.
I
Are
heard
you
on
really gonna make me say it?
No, I really want
Yes.
to know. I want to know
There
who
is a
agrees.
lot.
There is people who.
Are there really though?
Yes, honey. Yes.
That's sad. That's
Keith,
really
Keith.
fucking sad.
This is why
You
I
want
got
to know
off.
why? Because there's no more mean tweeting.
listening to the news on the radio on my
Not even
drive to
joking.
work a couple of days ago. They literally said, and this blows my mind. They said that Biden's got, I want to say it was a 43% approval rating. I'm like, where the fuck are these 43% of people? Because I cannot believe anybody approves
bottle-
of
my
what this
ginger
guy
ale
is
is
doing.
empty.
I love the fact that he's beeping.
Yeah,
himself.
I guess that you love when
You're
the
a little
controller is
late.
beeping himself.
And when he's
And
late,
he's still off.
And when he's late, I'm beeping himself. Erica is just in there beeping himself, you know.
So this is our current status. Just making sure everybody, I thought I'd keep this.
So where are we at on our 25-day
Diesel?
running out of gas?
We're still
thing?
there. 25 to 26 days is what they're saying, rolling average.
Well, now
But
it's
we're 7 days
So
into
if,
it.
so if they stopped producing diesel today, if they stop producing diesel today, we have enough diesel in the country to last somewhere between 25 and 26 days.
But we're still producing it.
Actually,
We
so
are.
So what are we sniveling
But
about?
they're saying that we're at all-time low as far as
We have
typically-
no oil.
if they're saying it's 25 days, then I'm betting it's lower.
Well,
no,
I mean,
because they haven't stopped doing it.
yeah, they haven't,
Yeah, we
So-
need you here.
I
See
can
what
feel
we
the
doing
love,
with-
Will. I feel the
yeah.
love.
Right?
No, she right now, Erica's going, he's just outside of my reach, and I can't stop him.
Right.
She's like, he's 3 blocks away. Ah!
So, news this week. Here's some of the things that have happened this week.
Oh, we have 54 states.
According to the president, we
Yes.
now have 54 states.
He
Imagine
traveled.
that.
They traveled to 54 states.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and everybody's like, huh?
No, I'm not like a history buff. You know?
Is he counting like Ukraine and all that stuff?
We don't know. We
What is he
don't know.
counting?
But I mean, when he sits there and he says, I have traveled to 54 states, and it's like,
No. Okay. Did he just say he's traveled to 54 states?
He was talking about the campaign.
Oh,
And-
okay. then.
right? He was talking about the campaign.
I just
during his-
wanna
I watched the
clarify. I'm
speech.
trying to give
and he said, "This is
Grandpa-
why we traveled to 54 states." And you know, you
That
can
is
just,
it.
You could almost hear a pin drop. It was like his handlers are probably like, "Oh,
yeah. And again, it's
Delete
like,
what do we
abort
do?
mission.
and they're like, why do we not stop this microphone?
Why do we let him talk?
So there's still questions that need to be answered on the Pelosi invasion.
You really
I
think
think
there's
it
going
was
to
a-
be questions or answers?
I
Well,
think
you
it was a
notice
lover's
now that-
quarrel. You know?
You notice now that all of a sudden they've announced that they're not going to release the 911 and they're not going to release the body cam.
Did they say that?
Yes.
Why? Why?
It came
Because-
out yesterday that they will not be
course they
releasing
won't.
either one.
They can't release them because it would destroy their made-up story.
So it's an ongoing investigation, I'm sure. So I can understand that.
Yes, for
particular
right now,
point.
yes.
But eventually, I think
It'll
they
have to come out.
So
well,
The
not
fact-
I don't know,
Somebody-
because
well,
is
see,
body cam
it-
public footage?
But see, the thing is, I'm waiting for somebody to fill out a FOIA request.
A what?
right.
A FOIA request.
You mean to write one up?
Freedom of information.
Well, I mean, you'd think that, you would think that some of these news agencies would be doing that.
I mean,
The news
I could write,
agencies are
I could write
controlled.
one up.
Well, I mean, not all of them.
there's a
the
few that
mainstream,
aren't.
the mainstream media, but you would think somebody from, like, say, Newsmax or
I mean,
Epic
I am part of
Times or
RCJ
Washington
Productions. I
Examiner
could
or
write
something like that would have somebody go, all right, let's go fill out a FOIA request for San Francisco PD and say we want to see the body cam footage. And
Right.
we want to see that. We want to hear the 911 call.
It needs to
They are
happen.
public property.
Are they public property even though the investigation's still open?
why is it? let me
At
ask
some point, it needs to be.
Well,
I know.
okay. As a really good example here, Lindsay, we have 2 police officers in Phoenix currently under investigation, and the body cam footage that they're in question of is viral online already.
Because somebody already
was the same
Well,
day.
some
for it.
police
Yeah.
departments release it early.
Yeah.
And Wendy and I know that because we've seen. There was a thing that happened in Chicago a handful of years ago, and I mean, the police commissioner released the body cam footage within like 12 hours.
Not
I mean, it was-
Beetlejuice.
No,
No.
it
Okay.
was the
It was
police
before
department. It
then.
was the police department, and so I mean, they did it like quick
Yeah.
to avoid
Issues.
the look of their things were going bad. So I mean, it can be. It's just up to the police department, but at some point they're going to have somebody's going to have to get it.
But
Yeah, but
thi-
let me-
this
Sorry, Will, go ahead.
This Pelosi thing, not a home invasion. That glass
It's
was
a
broken
lover's
to the
quarrel.
outside.
Well, and that's my point. Will, is why are we making there's more to this? Because why are we making such a big deal out of a domestic?
Because we can talk
issue.
about this while they're hiding everything else.
That's my point. What I mean, you're gonna tell me this never happens to anybody else? That it's not blowing up the news? Is it just because it's
I mean,
Pelosi?
because this is old school Washington, scandal.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what scandals used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
What, you send the naked guy in to get caught with
Well,
your
I
husband?
mean, just all of a sudden there's a weird domestic thing going on for the
Dang it, Trump, why do we have to go back to the 80s?
hating the cops, not the dumber rats. That's why. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think it's
Got
in
that?
I don't think it's in the cops' court to be able. You're making a mess over there. I don't
I
think
only
it's-
dripped a little bit. It's not bad.
I only dribbled a little, it's fine.
I don't think it's. I mean, I understand where you're coming at, Dan. I don't think it's the cops though. It's not. It's out of the cops' hand. I mean, they
No,
fill out
they're
the-
being told what to
they,
do.
They fill out the report, and it becomes, it's an internal investigation with the police, the investigators, and the
Why is
DA.
it even an internal investigation with the police? It's not a cop issue.
Well, but I mean, it's internal as far as the investigation goes, and the DA.
There was a naked guy in his house.
Because it's a political figure.
Yes, it's
Who cares?
Well, that's
She's
why
drunk.
it's such a big deal.
The only thing I know is somebody needs to get their hands on the 911 call and the video. I agree with you on that. Because there is way too much wrong with the story. And they're flip-flopping back and forth. 1 minute there's only
But
the
I
2
wanna
there,
know
and then
who-
there's 3 there, and then there's only the 2 there.
The body
Shit,
cam,
there was 3 there? He had friends?
there was at one point there was a
Oh.
report by the
The sheriff.
police chief in San Francisco when he made the initial report to the media said that somebody opened the door.
Okay.
A third person.
Well, he never said third person, so I read the report, so I know where you're going, but it was ensued.
Somebody opened the door.
It was ensued by several, or insinuated, I guess, probably the proper word, by several news organizations. So does this mean a third person opened the door? And the police had to come back and
somebody
clarify and
opened the
say,
door.
no, it wasn't the police. It was Paul Pelosi that opened the door.
See, and I heard another story. It was the other guy that opened it.
And then there's other reports that say the other guy opened it. And then there was another report that said Paul Pelosi opened the door, turned around and walked back to the guy,
And then they wrestled for
and then they wrestled for the hammer.
Okay, now this is my security technician coming out.
Right?
So
You're talking about a public figure.
And they have no
Government.
security.
They got
You're
no
not gonna
security-
like-
they
you're
got
not
no
gonna like
security
the-
footage?
You're not going to like the answer.
she was too drunk to turn it on.
So
The cameras were installed by. Never mind.
the cameras,
They're the same cameras that were watching Epstein.
The cameras caught the footage.
Right.
Secret Service or Capitol Police were not watching the cameras at the time.
But it's
This
still
is the
recorded.
official report, is that nobody was watching the
But
cameras.
there's no sensors
at
going
the
on. It's the
time.
But
middle
it's
of the night.
recorded.
It is recorded. And so and
Don't
the question is, you know,
be
'cause
crazy.
because Keith and I both know the technology behind it, in that it would be nothing. I mean, like, this is standard stuff now to be able to have where, I mean, it's like your Ring camera. If you see footage that happens during a certain time zone in a certain area, that it could email somebody or alert somebody,
Yeah,
or
it sends
somebody
you a
would
little
get
thing.
a freaking, hey,
Ding, ding, ding.
something's going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Screens pop up,
Right.
alarms
And
go
that was
off.
way
I
back
mean,
when he jumped over the fence. Not even once he
yeah,
was in
I
the
mean,
house.
these
Like,
things happen.
This
This is
basic
supposed
technology.
to be, you know,
Right.
This is the home of the third
So I wanna
person
know.
in line for the presidency.
That's what doesn't make any sense.
so I want to know.
Why are we having all these debates? There's obviously evidence out there.
Well, there is evidence. I want to know from what time did he enter the property to what time
Wanna
was
do a
somebody
shot?
called?
Does anybody want to do a shot?
Mine's gone.
I have a serious question.
Oh, I'm listening. From what time to what time?
From what time did he enter the property to what time did we call the cops? I mean, this could be a couple hours. There could have been nice little lovers.
No, they say
Steamy
that
mess.
there was there was allegedly some guard, private security guard for another house down the street that saw the guy.
So the neighbor's house
At a
said,
neighbor's
"Hey, this
house.
guy jumped your fence."
Next story to come out, Pelosi's husband is going to come buy trans and have the new Kayla. Yep, exactly.
Yep.
So
Only his name will
saw
be
this guy
Justine.
walking down the street with a hammer
And balls flailing.
and
Because wasn't
well,
he
he
naked?
was in his underwear.
He was in his
wasn't
underwear.
Oh, okay. He was in his
underwear,
tidy
so
whities,
nothing flailing.
Just clarifying.
And I'm sure it looked really good because most guys sleep in what?
Tidy
Underwear.
whities.
Their underwear. So I'm
So
sure.
are we
when the
like a
police
new
came-
Michael story? Like tidy whities and a hammer? I mean,
Right? Oh
that
my God! That
next
was
year's-
Someone's gonna
is
come
that
up with
next
a
year's
song.
next week.
is that next year's Halloween outfit? Like, I don't understand.
That'd be fun.
I mean,
You should do that. You should make.
You want me to wear tidy whities
no,
and all
out
in
in
a
front. You should
hammer?
put the mannequin in tidy whities and hold a hammer.
Now, first of all, I know somebody who plays Mike Myers very well. And I could probably talk him into doing that.
He would 100% do it with his mask.
sure.
Hell
So,
yes.
let's just be real. This whole story sounds like a bad comedy film.
Right?
Unless it's real, which is sad.
It sounds like a plan gone wrong.
So
It
again,
does.
It does.
there are
It sounds like look over here, look over here.
there are questions that still linger.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm excited to get to the fact that Twitter fact checked the White House.
Yeah. I
See
love
that?
Oh, Elon
Did
took
you
over
see that?
Twitter.
That's exciting.
And the White House deleted it.
Of course they did. How did they get to delete it? It's Twitter.
They're the White House. They get to delete.
No, give a shit.
Anything they want.
Oh, you
An
cannot
episode.
delete your tweets?
I don't know. Can you delete your tweets?
You should.
I don't know.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure you
can do
can.
it.
Dad, can you delete your
can't-
tweets?
I know you can't edit them.
No, Facebook doesn't let you edit anymore.
You can
Yeah, you
delete
can
your
edit.
tweets,
Yeah, you
but I
can
think
edit.
I think once it's retweeted, I don't think when you delete your
The
tweet, it
retweet goes
retweets
away.
those.
Right.
Yeah, so they put
Dad,
the White House put out
clarify.
there that White House put out there that the largest increase to senior citizens in Social Security was coming out, and then
And Elon said, fuck
Twitter
you, bye.
Twitter said, "Well, just for the record, it goes by the cost of living, and this has been in effect since the '70s." And so
Fact check.
Never mind, just kidding.
you didn't do it. This is just the way it does automatically,
Right.
by the way. And then the White House goes, "Oh, wait, that was an incomplete tweet," and they took it down.
You know? Do you know what else Elon's doing?
That's great.
It,
Kicking people out?
Well, he is trying to get the code updated and bring back Vine in order to beat TikTok.
Yes.
We're like,
Oh, Vine, the Vines were great. I remember those.
The
Those-
what?
The
Vines?
Vine was the original
Vine? Like a V or a B?
A V.
Vine with a
Vine.
V, V-I-N-E.
I never heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It's
was
like what
Short,
TikTok is. now.
yeah, short
Right.
videos.
It was the original TikTok.
Yeah.
It's where Facebook and YouTube got the ideas for like the reels and stuff, the little
Right.
short
Yeah.
videos, and then it exploded. The idea exploded with TikTok,
Right.
but Twitter had Vine, and they ended up shutting it down several years ago because they said they didn't think that short videos were really the
thing?
future, and they were
Well,
stupid.
That's why they don't own Twitter anymore.
Well, we know that, yeah.
Next page.
No, I liked. So what's windfall profit tax?
So the
Explain
president is saying that the oil companies are making too much money, and that if they don't lower prices immediately, he's going to charge them a windfall profit tax. Now we've done this in the past,
So don't open the pipeline,
right?
but
Seriously.
charge them a tax so they bump up our prices more.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
It's all.
It's
It's, just
brilliant.
going to be a
It's
trickle
smoke and
down.
mirrors.
It's a great
It's a trickle
fucking
down.
plan.
It's all smoke and mirrors. So this happened again during the Carter administration.
Great
he did
plan.
the exact same thing, and they only got, because things shut down, and they only got 20% of the taxes that they anticipated they were going to get, and still caused great harm to the country.
Yeah, Carter was a great role to follow. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, at least he could speak.
Page 2. So it is Military Family Appreciation Month.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Thanks to all our vets.
Yes.
Like for real,
Absolutely.
for the vets' wives, bro.
So you saw
Seriously.
that
Their whole family sacrificed it.
Seriously, y'all are awesome.
The Atlantic is making a suggestion that we just have COVID amnesty. And
I'm
just
glad you brought that up.
forget everything that was ever said. Sorry, everybody. Just reset.
So,
Hey, well,
go
bring
ahead.
up the videos.
Oh, can I talk before
we
the
have
videos?
videos.
Yes.
Can I talk before the videos?
Yes.
Yes.
So, did you hear that New York, surprisingly, New York,
Yes. Yes.
made everybody hire back their people with back pay for the
Yep.
whole time that
Yes,
they
I
fired them
saw
for,
that.
and more pay?
Yep. Good for them.
Just wait, y'all are gonna hire me back for 2 fucking weeks and then be like, "Fuck you, bye."
So, so a good friend of our show, Mike Superhar Show, is putting out a election video,
We like Mike.
and he stumbled across that story. So he made this little short. This is part of his episode that's coming
He's so
out, but he
funny.
wanted to share it with us, and he wanted us to talk about that tonight. And I actually invited him on the show, but he said he had a
He's
lot of
finishing
editing to
his
do, and then he had to get up real
That
early.
is way too late on a
Yeah,
Friday.
right, exactly. He's got to get up at 5 a.m. to go to work, so he wasn't going to do it. But go ahead and play that video
it,
there. Yep.
Hey, Super Horror fam! The Atlantic just put out an article titled, "Let's Declare a Pandemic Amnesty." And to that I say, if I took a crisis and made it way worse, I too would prefer to not be held accountable.
Right?
I love him. He's great.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I love how his skeleton has hands.
Yes.
Right.
I saw that.
It cracks me up.
So, they're basically saying, let's forget about everything that was said.
just
Let's
kidding.
forget about everything that was done. Let's just move on and forget everything.
Right.
It has
it's like-
affected a lot of people's lives, and that's not something you can forget about.
Well,
Like
and
for-
she
for
actually
some-
goes into, I have the article pulled up here. She actually goes into everything that was wrong.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, we're just going to forget it. We're just going
to push it off to the
It
side.
happened. Let's move on. We already know bad things happened. The
People-
vaccine, all that stuff. Let's pretend
That
like
was
it never, let's pretend like
your
it never
doing.
happened.
Yeah.
That was your doing. That wasn't just
Businesses-
shit
Right.
that happened.
Yeah, businesses were put out of out of work. People's lives were changed.
Economic
People-
collapse.
Because
I mean, our
you
country's
said
shut
don't.
down.
Because you said don't go to work.
Right.
You closed these businesses down. They didn't just naturally close down because whatever. You closed them down. You told people you can't go to work.
Yeah. People lost their
You
homes. They
did
lost
this.
their entire livelihoods. But what gets me even more is all the people, like the elderly people that died in the hospital dead alone because
Yep.
nobody was allowed to go in with
Yep.
them.
Oh, yeah.
All the people whose major life events were ruined. Like, it massively affected our wedding, which, not as big a deal as the people dying alone in the hospital.
So-
You have kids whose mental health was screwed and their
Huge.
education was
Still
screwed.
being.
They're- yeah.
So
Still
these,
being.
these are her words in the article. We have to put these fights aside and declare a pandemic amnesty. We can leave out the willful purveyors of actual misinformation while forgiving the hard calls that people had no choice but to make with imperfect knowledge. Los Angeles County closed its branches in the summer of 2020. Ex post facto, this makes no more sense in my family's massed hiking trips. But we need to learn from our mistakes and let them go. We need to forgive the attacks too, because I thought schools should reopen and argued that kids as a group were not at high risk. I was called a teacher killer and a genocidaire, however you say that. It wasn't pleasant, but feelings were high, and I certainly don't need to dissect and refresh the time for the rest of my days. Moving on is crucial now because the pandemic created many problems that we still need to solve.
I mean, I saw when they were
What
talking.
the?
They were
And
talking about
I
this
agree
in the-
to a certain extent.
Right.
I agree. We
You-
do
you
need
have
to.
to
We
sit
need
back
to move on. We do.
But you also need to understand and realize what went wrong and what we can do better.
Yes.
In this, if
For the next time.
Exactly.
But actual decisions were made for this. Be held accountable for that. Yes, I'm not saying
Life changing.
Right.
life
Right.
changing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, this
shut
wasn't,
down
A or
companies.
B.
And you shut them for months and months and months. The reason why we're behind
A year.
on having things is because you shut these companies down.
Right.
Yeah.
I say no amnesty. I say they all need to face consequences
Absolutely.
for their
Well,
choices.
and again, it comes back to, and the reason that I think, my personal opinion is, the reason this article was written is because for the last year and a half, we've been hearing the
COVID.
the last year and a half, we've been hearing the people that shut you down, that forced you to not do this, to be able to
Are running again.
are running again. They
Yep.
want to
Yeah.
be voted
Absolutely.
back into office, and this
Yep.
article was written to be able to say,
Oh, we asked for
let's
amnesty.
forget that we had imperfect information, and let's put these people back in, like a Gretchen Whitmer.
Yeah, but you told us we couldn't take care of these patients. You told us what medications we specifically could not use.
Right.
Never, ever, ever has that been done.
absolutely, and the fact that so many patients didn't have a family member to
Nobody.
advocate for their health.
We couldn't even let them in.
yeah,
Couldn't
That-
even
Let's
let
be
him in.
real. There's people that should be facing murder charges during
100%.
this.
that I would agree with.
I mean, 100%.
There are
Cuomo.
Yeah, Cuomo.
Yeah.
friggin'
Cuomo
douchebag.
is top of the
Fucking
list.
glass-
What about
Glasses, man.
what about Fauci? Fauci,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
a part of this research. He's been part of this research.
I mean,
Well,
I
he
will
was
hold,
part of the
I
one that
will
put
hold
it out.
Cuomo more accountable because of the fact
To
that
the
he
nursing
knew
homes.
people were dying, and he was still throwing them into
Yes.
nursing homes, knowing that bad things were going to happen.
So
Yeah.
my
And the fact that he then turned around and not admitted that it was wrong, admitted his mistake, but tried to cover it up.
but Fauci told us not to use certain medications
True.
Well, true.
that he knew would work.
well, then
Yes.
Fauci lied on the stand that they ever had any involvement or they supported funding for this research, and it all turned out to be false. They did. So we did support the Wuhan labs,
Oh, we supported the research in Boston.
right?
Which isn't a bad thing. We support lots of labs to support lots of different research. So why would you be scared of that?
No, but perjury on the stand is bad.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Why would you be scared to even lie about that?
You go to prison for that.
when you start thinking about what's hiding in the basement of the CDC, it is scary.
Yeah.
There is lots of
And
things hiding in the
I'm not
basement.
trying to be over dramatic.
But that's
There
not.
are reports that
oh,
there
there's
are
all sorts of scary stuff
yeah,
down
all
there.
sorts of scary things.
But
that
you
are in the
can
basement
find
of
out
the-
exactly what's down there. It's all listed.
I'm sure it's not all listed.
No,
Well,
no,
lots of it is listed.
not
Lots
the
of it
really
is
scary
terrifying.
shit.
Yeah, not
They,
the really bad
Yeah.
stuff.
they keep the secret stuff secret for a reason.
Yeah. You
That's
hit-
in the basement.
Yes.
We don't
That's-
see that.
Yeah, that's 50 stories underground.
That's the airtight vault that not even a freaking
No, you don't
germ
even
could
want air
escape
in
from.
there. Air makes
We
it
can only hope.
grow.
We can only hope.
Yeah,
Because I would
seriously.
imagine there is stuff down there that could wipe out the world.
There's
And it's,
stuff
not,
down.
and it's not just in Atlanta. I'm
There's
sure
stuff
there's
in there that
Oh,
they
well,
have
what?
listed that could wipe out the world.
Yes.
So I can't imagine what they don't have listed.
So some of the other stories.
Just saying.
So an ex-executive at Levi basically called out the woke America and said, "Yep, it is true." Biden incorrectly claims that
So his son died
well, his
of
oldest,
a crack
his
overdose?
oldest,
No,
his
not-
oldest
not
son,
overdose.
Bo, died of brain cancer in Maryland.
Oh, but now he died in Iraq?
He said this week that his son died in Iraq,
Maybe he was really talking about
and nobody
Hunter.
calls him out on it.
And nobody's like concerned that it's like, okay, you know what? You're really coming up with a lot of interesting stories
True,
here.
Right?
I mean, like,
I mean, how do you come up with that?
Right.
Alzheimer's, honey. Alzheimer's.
That's what I mean.
Or just plain lying.
It's
Nope,
not
he
even
doesn't
close
even know.
to the. It's not even close to the truth. I can understand if you're stretching the truth a little bit, but I
But
mean,
then you don't say specifics.
But you're in a position where you are fact checked for everything you say, and for everything that And I know it gets overused a lot, but on the other hand, when Trump makes the comment of we need to just destroy the virus by bleaching it somehow, and then all of a sudden the mass media goes,
They want you to
he's
drink
calling you
bleach."
to drink bleach. I can't believe he's saying you need to drink
Or
bleach.
inject bleach.
He doesn't understand what that means, and he's telling you, why can't we clean it like we clean with bleach?
And see, and
Right.
again, there needs to be a certain amount of, we need to come to,
He doesn't.
but there should be a common understanding. It should be equal for both sides. If you're going to go with
Yeah. Well-
common middle of the road,
Right.
we understand. Okay, then that needs to be applied to everybody.
So how many times did we impeach?
Trump,
Yeah.
twice,
12, 15, 20?
Twice,
How many
but they wanted to go-
cognitive tests did he have?
at least one.
Yeah, multiple. I
So-
thought, didn't
he had more
multiple-
than
all I
one.
know-
More
all
than
I know
one.
is I
Yeah.
remember seeing an interview with.
He had 3 or 4.
I remember seeing an interview with the physician that actually performed the test, and he says, by far,
fine.
Biden needs to go and take a cognitive test because he is not well.
No.
Look, I could see if a lot of these videos we watch for Biden are fixed and edited. There's speeches. There are live
Literally
speeches that you're
live
watching. This is stuff that's
speeches.
happening on air. It's not something somebody went back and doctored. I mean,
There was another video this week where he went, so he's on stage with the VP, and he goes wandering over to the edge, and she literally has a small
Snags
little,
him.
oh my God, because she thought he was going to step too far and
Yeah.
get off
Right.
the edge. And she's like hesitating because he's standing on the edge, and she has that clearly
Like, is he
Uneasy.
going to
She's
die?
worried that he is going to fall off, and she's wanting to. She twice reaches out to grab him,
Yeah.
and pull him back, and realizes I can't do this to the president, and so she's like, Joe,
Joe,
let's go this way.
Squirrel.
I don't believe Biden's son ever saw combat in Iraq. I think he was in JAG or attached to a
Yeah, he was
provost marshal.
over there, but he never saw combat, so he wasn't necessarily a shooter. But he was in the Mideast, and so he contracted something there. I mean, there's no denying that there's a possibility he contracted something over there.
Biochemicals, probably.
But
I mean,
he
who
died
knows?
of brain cancer in Maryland
Right.
at Bethesda. So
It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
next page.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, let's skip right over that fact
Yeah.
that that Federation.
Federal Reserve.
Let's
Let's
skip
just-
right over that, shall we?
I don't want to see
26
no
day
more
diesel
interest
supply.
rate hikes.
Hey, we went up from last week. We only had 25.
Well, and it's, I mean, yeah, and
Yeah,
I don't know.
just,
I
you know.
can't, and I haven't seen anything. They're basically saying now it's about a 25, 26. So I'm giving
Trying
it,
to look on the.
I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt.
25 and a half.
Like I
Biden,
said,
I like the one where Biden claimed he spoke to the inventor of insulin,
Hey, he's old as hell. He might have.
but there's
Grandpa's old, but he ain't that old.
I
right
don't know. He could be.
because the one guy, there's from what I understand, there's 4 people that have been accredited with the
Insulin.
invention of insulin. One died in the 40s. The last one died in the 60s.
Well, he could have met him in the 60s.
He
It's
could have met
possible.
him, you know. He was like 5. It was great.
John's like,
So,
shut
oh
up.
my god.
Well, he didn't say when he'd talk to
No,
him.
he didn't.
He could have talked to him in his dreams.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
I see dead people, right?
He did. He could have talked to the ghost. You don't know.
You know, this is a subject that is near and dear to my heart, and it just makes me scream in my dreams. So, did you realize that this one here in the middle, the interest on our debt, just the interest on our debt, now exceeds what we spend in for defense.
Oh, good lord.
The interest
That's sick.
is more than what we spend on defense. Right?
Yeah.
We cannot keep, as a society, kicking this can down the road.
Nope.
No, it needs to be dealt with. We need to start paying that down and get rid of it.
So,
But we can't when we give all our money away.
I will say that Trump
Wow.
was on the way to doing that.
He
not even
definitely
close.
had a plan.
Not even close.
No, he had a plan.
I said he was on the way.
No, not even close.
No?
Nope.
He had a plan.
He did not.
You don't think he was putting feet on that road?
He had a
No.
plan.
No. I will say that
I don't think anybody's going to put fucking feet on that
he
road.
was.
Nobody's going to
if-
jump into
if
that.
You want to give, if you wanted to give Trump credit for anything, it was the fact that he turned the economy and made it go in the definite right direction. But the tax cuts also helped increase the debt. So if you go and you look at where the debt was per each presidency, it was during, and I could be wrong about this. Is Arthur on?
I haven't seen him tonight.
No, they're in
Arthur-
Prescott.
Oh, so Arthur's usually good at feeding me some of the facts. But, so somewhere around the Reagan administration, the federal debt was somewhere in the neighborhood of like 8 million or 10 million, or trillion, 8 or 10 trillion. And so it ramped up significantly because it doubled under Obama.
Right.
And then it had gone up again significantly during Trump, and then obviously Biden has just blown it out of the water.
Right.
He's trying to see if we can
But-
double it.
But the problem is the fact that we need to, somebody here said, we need to stop giving it away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
That's number one.
it goes back to, and again, I heard there was a representative, Madison Cawthorn, actually, who got voted out of office. He was the young kid in the wheelchair for North Carolina that got in trouble way too many times for being a partier.
Whoops.
But
Wah-wah.
right, exactly. So,
Maybe he knew him in 1921, Dad. You don't know.
but the thing is, it's, he
Could've been
said
there.
that we need to be more fiscally responsible, and we need to, take those IRS agents that they want to put, those 87,000 IRS agents, and they need to put them to look at how we spend our money internally.
Oh, absolutely. And
If you want
where
to
does
collect,
that missing money go to?
Yeah, find out where all that money is. Now,
Where's that money going?
and I
Period. All of
understand.
it.
I understand the aspect of skunk works and black off the book projects for the government because of national security reasons. I get
Whatever.
that, but on the other hand,
There's not that many.
national defense is a small portion compared to what we spend on social services. And so if they go and we heard how many stories about money being wasted for COVID and money being
Oh,
wasted
yeah.
for this and money being sent to people that are incarcerated. Why are we sending money to people incarcerated? They're not.
Wait. Back up. What?
We
Oh,
sent
yeah.
money we sent money to the shoe bomber
What? Why?
because they were on the tax rolls and we sent it to them.
Oh my God.
Because he did a good job. I don't.
And this is where we're wasting money. And if the only way we're going to turn this around is
Follow that money.
put a freeze on taxing and put and stop the spending where it is. There's no way we're going to be able to retract it. There's just no way. And
would you agree that it starts with all the bills we're passing with all the extra pork in them?
we need to stop. Yeah, we need to stop.
We're just,
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it was something that it was actually funny because you say this. So Wendy and I voted early because we like to research what we're voting for.
You voted for Carrie Lake.
Yeah, betcha.
Ugh.
Of course you did.
Betcha.
Of course you fucking did.
That's who I'm voting for.
So
You are not.
So
100%
am
I
I.
am.
Katie Hobbs.
100% I am.
Katie
No, I ain't voting
Hobbs.
for that hooker either.
100%. Who are you voting for then?
No fucking buddy.
You gotta vote.
Carrie Lake's
You
got
have
my
to
vote.
I'll fucking vote for me. I'll write myself in. I'll write for Brian McCormick.
100%. So 100% Carrie Lake.
No.
100%.
Arizona has a proposition out there
We're getting divorced.
that says that every law being proposed, every law being proposed has to have, and I'm going to butcher the way that this is actually described, but basically it has to be one subject in the bill, and it also has to be, the name on it has to be associated with what the context of the bill is.
Okay.
Okay.
So you
So you
can't
can't-
call it. You can't call it vote for kittens when you're trying to murder all the kittens.
Right. Can't call it the Inflation Reduction Act when it has nothing to do with inflation.
Right.
Okay.
There you go.
Gotcha.
So I like that. It's a very good law. It's endorsed by everybody that I want to vote for. That this is a good law. I did the research on it. Absolutely. This
What prop is
I
that?
mean, you had to ask. I don't
Sorry.
remember. I could tell you later.
Prop vote for kittens.
And so, but the point is, I mean, I even saved it because I told her, I said, I want to save this because this is something we need at a federal level.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing, and this is what we need. We need these types of things because then that's how you strip out the pork, and that's how you stop the silly pet projects, and that's how. And then you turn these
laws
87,000.
are 500 pages, and you're like, what the fuck?
And as I've
Exactly.
shown in previous episodes, you have the GAO, which is there's the GAO. There's no place here with our background to show. The budget is this big.
Right.
Right? Versus the budget for the IRS already is this big. And they're
Carrie
making
Lake
it
is a schmuck and she's a liar.
Oh my God.
She is going to be a big fat dem as soon as she gets in fucking office.
not.
I'm just waiting.
She's not.
She
not
is.
gonna be.
No,
She
she's not.
is. She is such a liar.
I have met her.
Such a liar. I don't care if you met her.
I have a nice
I
picture
will
with
look at her right at her face and say, you are a liar.
Why?
Why-
Because
why-
she said one thing?
No, because she's been a Democrat for years and years and years, and now all of a sudden you're not.
Well,
You want me
all
to
right.
say
So
no?
Christine's been a Democrat for years and years and
Christine
years.
still says that she's on the edge. I don't think that you're going to go from one extreme to the other.
There's
I
been
do.
a
When
You're
your
lot
not
of-
going to.
When
me
your
send you
party
that.
You're not
completely
going
changes,
to.
I agree with that 100%.
I don't-
Sheriff Lamb likes her.
There's been a lot of Democrats that have woken up over the last couple
Exactly.
of years,
Well,
Lindsay.
Woken up is,
100%.
And
woken
on
up is
top of that-
different.
So why would you stay with if you woke up, why would you stay with your party?
I'm not saying you're going to stay with your party,
So
but you're
that's
not
what
going to
she
go
did.
do this big, huge, I'm going to be fucking in charge now.
Why do you think
Well,
she
no,
gave
no.
up her career as a reporter?
Yeah, she gave up her career because she started
she
seeing
was
the
at
problems.
the end of her career.
No, she,
She was
wasn't.
what?
Yes, she
No.
was.
She was at the end of her career.
No.
She
Yes,
wasn't.
she
She
was.
She had the prime. She had the primetime spot on
Right.
the local news. How is
She-
that?
Yeah,
Because she's been there 30 years already.
But that's what it takes. That's what it
Yeah.
takes to get where
Yeah.
you want to
Don't
be.
fight
You don't,
with
She
me.
was at
I
the
know.
best point of her
Nope.
career, and she
Nope.
gave up her career
You are-
because
you're-
she got
because
sick
she
of the
wanted
bullshit.
to be in
Watch.
politics.
She is-
That's
you
what she
watch.
did it for.
They are calling her. She even had to make the promise.
A promise is nothing.
She had to make. She
promise is
She already
nothing.
had to make a promise that she will serve out. She made a promise that she will serve out her 8 years as governor and not go on a VP or a presidential ticket.
I doubt it.
Because she is going to. What are you going to do when somebody wants to make her president? in
I'm
8 to
going to
10
fucking fight it the whole time.
in 10 years when they want to make her president.
You want to know what? In 10 years, if she can prove herself and prove that she's not a liar and she's not a two-faced person like I think she is,
Or 14. It'll technically
we'll
be
see what
14.
happens.
So your only beef with her is because
I do not believe her one little bit. One little bit. I think everything is a fucking scam from her. I do not. The power's in the pudding and she has no pudding.
Just based on what? I'm just
Based
curious.
on her. She has no pudding. She just had this change of heart within the last 6 months, and now she's going to do
It
this.
happens a lot.
You know,
It happens
That's
more than you think.
fine,
scared that
but
that's
you
gonna be-
don't.
But she
Scared
quit
that's gonna
her
be
her
Katie
job.
Hobbs' next commercial. She has no pudding.
She has no pudding.
But she quit.
No, because Katie Hobbs is a fucking asshat.
So she quit news because she didn't like where it was going.
And that's
Right.
fine. But now you decided to be governor all of a sudden?
Maybe she wants to make a change.
Maybe she's always thought that.
yeah.
Then maybe she has. Where's that
Because
proof?
there's no,
So-
because how
Why
many
does she
people
have to prove it?
And
You want me to believe you? Where's your proof?
You're next, Will. So, but how many people have sat there and done a job or watched a job and said, I could do that better?
Everybody.
A lot of people,
Every
yeah.
single human.
Maybe she did that too and said, you
That's
know what?
fine. But the proof is in the pudding. I have no pudding to prove from her.
You don't know that. You haven't
What
given
do
her
you
a
I
chance.
What
have
do you have
no
to say, Will?
pudding to prove from her. I'm hoping that if she does get in charge, which I think she will, that she doesn't turn out to be what I think she's going to be. I'm
So-
not putting my pudding in her. I have no pudding to put in her.
All right, Lindsay,
Yeah, I
Lindsay.
can't believe we said this pudding this many times.
All right.
Seriously, I need to start bleeping pudding.
Pudding!
Like, yeah, we need to stop that one.
Pudding's not
But,
asshat.
Lindsay.
Yes.
So,
Will. He's serious right now.
He is serious.
you're killing
Beep.
me here.
No, I'm
okay.
joking.
She walked away from her career.
Beautiful. So did I.
She put out a awesome fucking video when she did it. Sorry.
Could do it. Could do
And-
it too.
No. Hold on. Hear me out. Hear me out.
I'm waiting.
Hear me out.
No, you're arguing.
She put out an awesome video that called out all of the mainstream media and, just said how it was.
And that's
And
great, but they needed it. I mean,
I
that's
don't-
not anything exciting.
I don't think that she actually had an intention of running for governor at that point. I think she got tons of people approaching her after she did that. And that's when she decided to run for governor.
Sure.
She did
I think the party change for her was a slow progress over quite a long time as she saw all this bullshit happening.
I do think she definitely saw the dirt at the beginning. I do think that.
And you think about the media, okay? You think about the news.
Well, she lived in that world,
right?
but that's
well,
what
okay,
makes
that's
it. Oh,
but that's but that's
Dad. And guess what, Dad? Forever, I am a Davidson.
Oh.
but that's my point. Hold on, my point is she went against her constituents. She went against her
Colleagues.
Thank you. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Colleagues, not constituents. Her colleagues to do this. You think about a 30-year career, and just all of a sudden you just go against everything in that 30 years. Everybody you've known, you go.
You're
against them.
you're really gonna come to me with this?
You went against your medical. You went
Yeah.
against
100%.
everybody.
But I
Okay?
didn't change the way I feel.
How do you know she changed the way she felt, though?
She went from a Democrat to a Republican.
That doesn't
That's
mean
the way she
anything.
changed.
That doesn't mean anything. Just because
Yes,
you're,
it
just 'cause you're labeled a
does.
No,
Democrat.
I'm going to
doesn't-
ask because I'm
I
going to ask the
disagree with
question.
that.
So
I disagree with that. Yeah.
Several people. Elon Musk is one, and a couple other people have said the same thing. They didn't change parties; the party left them.
Right.
And I agree with that too, because
Because
I was in that middle for a
This
very
is
long
what a lot of
time.
people, and Christine, I
And
would
I
imagine that you're probably feeling some of
Yeah.
the same. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, and if that's not the case, but I've been telling this to Wendy of, I would love to get up there and plead to, for lack of a better word, the JFK Democrats.
Yeah. And that's
And
essentially how I feel too. Like, I'm not 100% against or for abortion. There needs to be what the full conservatives people call abortion. Yes, you are still taking a life, but you're risking that mother's life. You're risking the baby's life. If neither one of them are going to make it, yes, it's an abortion. Sure. We'll medically call it that, but it's not. It's a DNC.
Right.
Yes, is their life technically in it? Sure. But that's where my line is drawn. The conservatives are going to call it an abortion, but it's not. The mother's not going to live. The baby's not going to live. That's not a healthy life for anybody.
I have not seen a single conservative running for office that has any problem with that scenario. They don't consider
medically-
that a bad abortion.
They
or
write
anything
it
like
that way,
There's
though.
been one or two. I
It's
think.
written that way, and that's where the issue comes from. So the doctors can't technically do a DNC if it's considered to have life, and it's considered to have life as soon as it's conceived. So that's where the writing of it is an issue. but it shouldn't be different no matter what. It should always be the same.
I agree with Erica on that one.
But that's how I think the parties have changed. Yes, because I'm still not 100% a conservative. I still agree with some of the. Dad's gonna hate me with some of the Democratic issues.
So you're libertarian.
Like the abortions, like having some social services. I think there should be help for certain people.
You're,
needs to
you're
be
in the
certain
middle
people,
where
but my
we
middle
should be
isn't
meeting.
my
Right.
middle isn't middle anymore. My middle is conservative now.
because
Because they've changed
the
it
left
so
has gone
much.
so far left.
Exactly.
The middle has gone left.
Or has gone right because they've gone so far
because
left.
now the middle is stretched so
Yeah.
far left.
Yeah.
That now all of a sudden it should be theoretically, and what we're expecting to happen is it's picking up all these people who were Democrats and are
Yeah.
saying, "Wait a minute, the party has left me behind because
Exactly.
I don't agree.
I don't
with this,
agree
and
with
I don't
all
agree
this
with that, and
crazy
I don't
stuff."
agree with that." And we need to have secure borders,
Yeah.
and we need to stop paying out all this money, and we need to stop all these.
And we need to take care of ourselves, and
Yeah.
we need to, yes.
All right,
All right.
put that back up,
what?
Will, because I agree with Erica. I think more people need to step up and take action.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And do what
And
she's
I
doing.
hope that it's true. Do I think it's true? No. But I hope that it is.
I don't think she would have. If she still wanted to be a Democrat, she would not have alienated her entire party first.
How do you know she
with the
did?
video she put out when she quit, and second,
It's a video.
running
Look at
as a-
Biden stands up there and does whatever every single day, and nobody holds him accountable.
But running as a Republican, let me tell you something. It's 10 times easier to run as a Democrat
Yes,
right now.
Yeah, true. That is true.
If she wanted
Well,
to have an
not
easy
this
go,
But she's got the TV. She's got everybody looking at her. All the eyes are on her.
All right,
so
you want
I don't
something?
know. I don't know.
Even more reason not to put out a video. I
We
think.
want
Nah,
something from the
I don't
stupid
know.
file?
Yeah, let's
Yes.
do stupid vibe.
let's see stupid file.
Florida man blames paranormal activity for driving car missing 2 tires.
The ghosts told him
The
to.
Miami Herald reports that when the deputies asked the guy about the damaged vehicle, the driver stated someone had put a curse on him and he hit a curb a little hard.
A little hard.
Calling it a do or die choice, he had to make the choice between trying to make it home or setting his car on fire and sleeping in the median.
What the hell?
Suspecting
Somebody put
another
a curse on me, said the driver. That is paranormal activity.
Nope.
Suspecting another
Okay.
kind of spirit may be involved, deputies asked the 29-year-old to submit to a sobriety test.
That's
He
awesome.
subsequently was charged with several counts of battery, resisting arrest, threats to a public servant, and driving under the influence.
Of a
There's the
different kind
spirit.
of spirit.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
spirit, yeah.
right.
Ooh,
That's awesome.
that's
That's cool.
not paranormal activity.
I like that, John.
Just letting you know.
All right, quote of the week. I always like going to MLK.
Oh yeah,
The time is always right to do what is right.
nice.
Yep.
Quiz of the week.
Woo!
We got time
Do we
for a
need
quiz?
letters?
Yes, we do.
Are we doing letters?
Yes, letters.
All right.
Get your
Get your
ABCs.
ABCs.
No D's.
No, you're going to have to
Oh,
do the
okay.
D here and there.
They're in there. Will, they're up on the shelf.
But
They're right
because of the
behind
fact that
you.
we are late, running late, we're not going to wait on the audience.
Go
so
fast.
play along as you want to. But
Fast.
It's a speed quiz.
it's a speed quiz.
You have
10
until the music runs out.
10 questions.
Oh, damn. Okay.
What political offices and issues are not part of this election cycle?
I don't know.
Open seats in the U.S. House and Senate, local and state legislators, state ballot initiatives, or the President of the United States.
If anyone gets
We got
this
all
wrong.
D's. All right. Number 2,
Very
they're
good.
not all this easy. At the state level, who usually serves as the chief executive officer setting policies that either restrict or expand an individual's ability to vote? Who runs the election? The governor, the secretary of state, lieutenant governor, or the treasurer?
I'm going to go with Wendy.
We got a B, and we're waiting.
Isn't
on-
Pelosi the Secretary of State?
No.
Why do you say
Not
that?
on the
I'm supposed
state
to know
level.
It says, what's the first 4 words?
that. At the state level.
the state
oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, then it'd be.
Everybody, B,
Would be B.
secretary of state. All right. How many Senate? Now it's going to get harder. How many Senate seats are up for regular election
Oh,
this
that I
cycle?
don't.
Not including. I put regular election, not including the 2 special elections that are happening this cycle. How many
shit.
are up for the regular election on this cycle? 34, 12, 7, or 41?
7 sounds good.
I'm going with B. I don't know why. I'm going with B.
Go with D.
Will's
Well, then we'll have every
thinking.
single one.
All right. 34.
Good job,
Go
Wendy.
Wendy.
One third.
That's a lot of seats.
There's
1/3.
100.
Just
It's designed that 1/3 of all the Senate seats get reelected every 2 years.
That's why this election is so important.
real fast. One of the dumbest things in our state right now. On question 2, Katie Hobbs is actually the one running the election,
Yeah,
and she's
Secretary of
running
State.
for it.
She's been asked to recuse herself, though, because she is running for governor as Secretary of State.
I haven't seen her do it though.
Conflict of interest.
Shoot that hooker.
Yep.
Question 4. How many U.S. House of Representatives seats are up this election cycle?
34.
All 435, 217, 167,
There's 435.
or half of every state.
Holy hell.
I was taught in school to go with the oddball.
We'll go with 167.
How many rep
honestly have no
seats
idea.
are up in
No
this
I'm just gonna
election cycle?
stab this
I
one.
didn't know there was 435 of them.
You got 2
Oh, Wendy's
C's, a
got
B,
C.
and a
I'm
D.
going with Wendy. Come on, Wendy.
I have said multiple times, representatives get reelected every 2 years.
You think I listened?
Don't be saying.
Number 5. Is talking to friends more effective than cold calls, texts, or door-to-door canvassing when it comes to boosting voter turnout?
Oh, yeah.
2 times more, 5 times more, inconsequential, or significantly?
I'm going with B. I think talking is
Oh, yeah.
way more influential.
Wendy's contemplating. She's
I
going
don't
through
know.
her
You
letters.
see how well our cold call texts do with Brian.
I guess I'm the
And-
only one out.
Will is correct.
Really?
Oh, really? Only 2 times more?
Two
Oh,
times
sure,
more,
right there,
but
yes.
but that is 2 times more effective than cold calls, text, door-to-door canvassing.
I figured it was
Absolutely.
more effective, but 5 times just sounded too high.
You know, I
Exactly.
have high hopes for my friends.
Number 6. How many times in the 40 midterm elections since 1862 has the party in the White House actually gained seats in Congress? So typically, to give a little background, most of the time, the party in the White House loses seats during midterms.
It's a switch.
Really?
It's the switch. That's usually what causes.
usually a switch.
Oh, that's what's
but
like
it depends.
the preempt to
But it
whatever's
depends
happening.
on it's. They say it's a, and I'm forgetting the exact word that they use, but it's basically a judgment on the president and how he's doing.
on what's happening.
So,
That makes sense.
but there are several times where it happens. So how many times?
I'm just-
25,
That's what I was going with.
4, 10, or 30?
Oh, a ton.
No, I don't think it's as high as you. Actually, it might even be B.
No, it's
good-
going to be
good,
higher
good
than
choice,
me.
Will, because I think
It's going to be higher than
I
me.
think
I'm
you
going
might
to
be
go
right.
When's thinking? She's thinking.
because
Gotta
it's
see.
a preempt of whatever's happening the
It's
next.
only happened 4 times. 4 times.
Yeah.
Never mind. I had higher hopes.
Number 7. Why are elections always held on a Tuesday?
Oh, are they seriously?
So Christians wouldn't have to travel on Sundays for a Monday vote, or so farmers could bring their crops to market on Wednesdays.
Oh, you got to
or
go with all the
both.
above. Come on, it's
What? I didn't know that. I mean,
if I get this wrong, I'm going to scream at my third
No, I'm
grade
gonna
teacher.
go.
I'm gonna go with that.
I'm gonna go with the oddball. Oh, of course. Go figure. What you gonna get for being
Number
odd?
8. I mean, this is back in the day. I mean, these things were set up
Oh yeah.
in the 1700s, and it's,
That's what these guys did.
That's what they did.
That's why I was trying to be different.
Seats in the U.S. House of Reps is based on state population, so this is why there's 435. Which states?
California
Now
has
this
a
one's going
shit
to
ton
take a
of
little
people.
bit longer to think of.
So is that why they do our census to find out if we need more seats?
Yes.
Some
That's why the
states-
census is so important.
That's why it's required.
So we
every
shouldn't
10
put that we
years.
put 900 people in our house
That's why that
and
yes,
count the dogs.
But that's why, because there are some states that only have 1 seat.
Right.
Well, because they only have so many people.
Exactly.
Isn't it illegal not to complete the census?
You know,
No,
if you're illegal and you're
a
living
legal
in a
requirement by Congress to perform a census every 10 years.
state, if you're
But there's
illegal
nothing
and you're
that says-
living in an illegal
there's
house,
nothing
how do you
says that you're legally
You have to do
required
it. Okay, I
to
thought
do
you
the
did.
census? No,
But-
because they pull in like kids in school and all that other crap.
So, which states have only 1 House seat?
Okay, let's see this.
Oh God, that's a lot.
Massachusetts.
Holy crap! Well, I know it's not C because Ohio has more than one. I think. I'm gonna go B.
I'm going with C.
Ohio has more than one, honey.
Wendy?
Do they?
Ohio has more than one.
Yeah, I think
Well,
Massachusetts would have
well,
more.
Well, still going through the list.
Which
He's
one's
like,
Massachusetts? MA?
MA.
MA.
I mean, you got
What's MT?
Boston.
But Michigan,
Montana.
Massachusetts, Vermont, Rhode Island, North Dakota, they're going to have more than one seat.
Montana.
What's MT? Montana?
Correct.
Oh, they're
Yes.
kind of big, but they're mostly farm.
I'm not real sure.
What's
here, so
ND,
I'm
North
gonna
Dakota?
I'm not gonna go
Dakota.
the same as you guys.
They're not very big. We got one. Oh, we don't have one of each. Should I put A up there
So
too?
by-
Oh, I
way-
just lost all my confidence because
Yes!
Christine. Oh, and Christine was right, of course.
Of course, Christine's
Of
right.
course, Christine was right.
You have Arkansas and
I get that.
North
Number
Dakota.
9.
So what do you expect?
Somehow I forgot my number here. Number
Number
9.
9.
How many governors are being elected in 2022?
I don't know.
No idea.
10, 21, 29, or 36?
How come we don't have 54 up there?
It's 50 because it's only half every 2 years, honey. Or every 4 years. What is
That's
it?
good. That's good. I like that.
You should have put 54 as a...
But really?
So,
number E.
Well, we're waiting on you.
Letter E, 54.
All 54.
It'd be funny because everybody's going with B.
B, you're going to be surprised
You're gonna be surprised. It's D.
Wow.
because a lot of
Because
referendums and a lot of state votes happen on off years from presidential elections.
so it's not 54.
Christine was right.
36.
Yep.
So it's
Of
not
course,
54.
Christine
Not
was
54.
right. She's the genius of the comment.
Number 10.
She's the one who keeps us,
Over the past 60 years, what percentage of eligible voters participate in the midterm
I think it's been
election?
low.
Oh,
I
not
think
a
it's
lot.
been low until recently.
Not a lot.
Yeah, I'm going with 25%.
I'm gonna go 40. Oh, where's my B? I'm gonna go 40.
I don't think that. Honestly, you never hear people voting in the midterms. Usually, it's. I think
I
only,
wanna know
only
how
Got an
many-
recently.
A, a B, an A, and an A. I'm waiting. I just want to wait to see what Christine
Christine
says.
says, I want to know how many people are going to vote this year compared to last time.
But that's what I'm saying. I think now it's becoming
Oh, they're riled
more,
up now.
This is eligible voters.
What do you think, Christine?
Well, there's a lot of
We're all hinging on
eligible
you.
voters that don't even
Wait
vote
on
already.
Christine.
Erica says
put
B.
She
Christine says C.
60.
Actually, it's 40%.
Wow.
Wow,
Over
I
the
was
past
surprised.
60
That's
years.
surprising.
I almost went 40.
I have
Damn it.
one extra trivia fact. It's not a question. It's just a trivia fact. I
Oh,
thought
okay.
this was
Good.
interesting. This was, I was doing my research for votes and midterms and stuff. This one came up, and I had to bring it up. So, in 1758, a young candidate in Virginia wooed voters on Election Day. A George Washington spent his entire campaign budget of £50 on 160 gallons of liquor served to 300. That's 0.4 gallons, by the way, for every single person. Buying votes with booze was already a custom in England, and it was a tradition in Virginia.
Wow.
That's awesome.
They rolled barrels of liquor,
To the courthouse,
lawns, and polling places. Legal then, not
legal
legal
today.
now.
Unless you're, Biden's son, and then you just pass out Coke.
No, by the way, at a polling place or technically at
Oh,
an
'cause it's
election,
at the
you
voting place.
At the voting place, you cannot even hand out water.
Yeah.
Really?
You cannot.
What if you're
It
not-
is illegal to reward people for voting.
What if you're not running?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. The
It
polling
is.
place
It is
has nothing to
illegal.
do with it.
The way it is written, it is illegal to reward
So, like,
people
I
for
can't
voting.
just
and
hand people whiskey.
Anything you give them, other than a "I voted" sticker,
I was gonna say,
is
isn't that rewarding them, though?
I mean, that's kind of gray.
It's kinda gray
But
area.
technically, that is, anything you give them is rewarding them
But
for
what if
voting.
what if a spectator gives?
That's rewarding them.
But what if a spectator gives? I have nothing to do with the voting polls. No, I'm still not voting for
Yes,
her.
go vote.
No.
You have to vote on November 8th. Please
Yes.
do not sit home and do nothing.
Vote, vote, vote.
This is why we're in the
Don't vote
position
for
we're
the
in.
hooker.
We need every damn vote.
Don't do
Yeah,
it.
there is. Yeah,
In the
there is no
polls.
reason to not vote in this election.
No, this is have you seen gas prices? Fucking serious.
Christine.
Just say it's
Have you
empty.
seen? Have you seen the price of everything?
Everything. Just say everything. There you go.
Literally, well,
Yeah,
not
this
even
is-
literally
yeah, this is-
everything.
Yeah, the price. I mean, that's easy to say that the prices of what we see out there right now. This is the results. Of
Absolutely.
voting.
Well, let's just put it this way: if the Republicans and the Independents don't get out there and vote, and all these Democrats get in, you're
We're
going to see
we're
those
in
prices
trouble.
go a
We're
hell of
done.
a lot higher.
Yeah,
We're in
we're not
trouble.
done. Yeah, that's
You
a very
remember?
good point.
You remember that meme with the fireworks? Yeah, it's gonna happen.
We're in trouble.
So and like I pointed out in one of the questions, so you have a twice as much chance of swaying somebody to vote
By talking to them.
than anything that they've seen that's come in the
Yep.
mail, that
Go
they've
ahead,
seen
Will.
on commercials, any social media.
Yep,
You know,
it's gonna be that.
yeah. Otherwise,
You don't
it's that.
vote.
Here it comes.
Yep. Only
All
we're
right.
not gonna have such a pretty seat to
And
them.
that's our show, right, Mr. Producer?
Oh, you talking to me?
No, the producer.
No, I just wanted to get these 2
I'll sell my
comments up.
plasma. What did she say?
We will be screwed.
We'll be screwed. Exactly.
Didn't you already get off of kicked off of stuff for selling shit, Erica?
Right? Don't do that.
She's not selling organs this time.
Oh, okay, it's plasma. I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
Hey, before we go, I do want to tell you guys, please, if you're watching tonight, go check out Mike's Super Horror Show. Go check out his channel. He's got
Oh,
a lot
he's
of great
amazing.
content. He's an animator. He does a great job. He's helped us out a lot with some of our videos. So go give him some love, show him some support.
May or may not be in some of his videos.
We are. We did some voiceover work.
Can we give a plug to Arthur and Andrea too?
He screamed.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, also
Arthur and
Heavy
Andrea
Metal-
are drinking beer in Prescott right now.
So Heavy Metal Beer Club. Just watched one of their videos earlier today. Love it.
They have great little videos.
Yeah,
don't
they
They're
do.
so good. They're so good.
And they're not long. They're,
know.
they're,
And
they're
that's
short
what I
little
love
videos.
about 'em.
Yep.
Yep.
They're to the point. And
Have
boom,
you
boom,
seen
boom.
her cute little cooking ones?
I've seen one.
Oh my god, so adorable. I love her so much.
We're going to do an episode with them real soon.
Okay,
We're
sweet.
going to have them back on real
Awesome.
soon. We need to. So
Have we talked with them about this?
They know.
Okay, they know.
They're well aware of it.
Just making sure they
They
know.
can't-
I mean,
they can't-
the
they can't
house
back
is
out
always
now.
open. We're good. We're
And
good.
we'll put that picture up of Black Rifle again. So if you guys want to go support a good coffee company, American made, go support a good cause, go check them out. I can attest the
Veteran-owned.
coffee is very good.
The medium is good. He did not like the puppy dog one.
I like the puppy dog one. I like the stronger coffee though. So
I
this
know.
is
since we're
I
already-
will like the puppy dog one.
So since we already played the closing, can we do the other
Intro?
video,
Only played part of the closing.
what
Thank
other?
you.
Oh,
the Babylon Bee?
do it again.
Do
Or
it
is
again.
or is it too long?
No,
And
you
then
can.
do the
It's short.
closing.
It's short enough. So you play
Yeah.
play the Vine video again,
You got it.
and then go. Then we'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye.
We'll take you out with some Biden.
See
here.
ya.
Thank you for watching CTC.
2016, America entered a time of darkness. We elected an orange man who was literally Hitler, and the entire country suffered under his rule. But then, America was saved. Embraced by the loving arms of our new president, Joe Biden. Biden has brought back kindness and decorum.
Liar, man. Look, here's the deal.
No, I wish you were in high school. I could take him behind the gym.
Biden is a voice of clarity.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
A voice of reason.
He is the smartest man I know. They're going to put you all back in chains.
And he's good with numbers.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America. 700 billion and $1.3 trillion.
Under his leadership, the Biden administration has brought us safety. It has brought us economic prosperity. It has empowered the next generation. And now, you have the chance to make sure it continues for another 2 years. This election day, vote for whoever the Biden administration is asking you to vote for. They know what's best. Together, we will ensure things will continue to go the way they've been going forever and ever.
I'm Joe Biden and I approve this, wait, who? You know the thing. Taxless rent.
Let's talk about our country, the red, white, and the blue. Let's stand up for glory, us patriots are true. We love America, the land of the free. We love America, the home of the brave. We love America, from sea to shining sea. We love America,